क्वालिटी एजुकेशन देने का ये मिशन है और इस मकसद से रोटरी इंडिया लिटरेसी मिशन और फर्स्ट इन क्लास साथ आए हैं। दोनों के बीच आज एक एमओयू तैयार हुआ है और मकसद ये है कि वैसे बच्चे जो गरीब, कमजोर और साधनहीन होने के कारण पढ़ नहीं पाते, उनको भी पढ़ाया जाए। शहीदों, चाहे वो पुलिस के जवान हो, पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स हो या फिर सेना के, उनके
on India News and on NewsX, on India News and across the regional channels of the ITV network. I am Rishabh Gulati, and today, the 19th of February in this year 2022, will be marking a small part in the history of how we approach education in this country, even as we celebrate the 75th year of India's independence. It is my great pleasure and privilege to begin this telecast with a host of dignitaries joining us from India and all over the world at the launch ceremony and the signing ceremony of a memorandum of understanding between one of the most cutting-edge and leading edutech platforms in this country, First in Class, and the Rotary India Literacy Mission, which has done yeoman service in some of the largest education campaigns that have ever been run in India. We have with us on the telecast Shekhar Mehta ji, President of Rotary International, Kamal Sanghvi ji, Chairman of the Rotary India Literacy Mission, Vivek Tankha ji, who has been a past District Governor and of course is a member of the Indian Parliament, Dr. Mahesh Kotbagi, who is a Director of Rotary International, A.S. Venkatesh ji, who is also a Director of Rotary International, and Kartikeya Sharma ji, founder of the ITV network. Let me kick off this live MOU signing here on television by introducing Vishwajit Ghosh ji from the Rotary India Literacy Mission to introduce the Rotary International President. Vishwajit ji.
Need a special occasion, First in Class, doing the MOU with Rotary India Literacy Mission, who leads various flagship literacy projects across India. And to make this occasion even more special, we have the Rotary International President, Mr. Shekhar Mehta, joining us live from Brazil. Welcome, Shekhar ji. So glad to have you in our midst on this wonderful occasion. I'll take this opportunity to introduce briefly Mr. Mehta. He doesn't require an introduction, but as you may know, Mr. Mehta is the fourth Indian to be leading this international organization called Rotary International in its 106 years of existence. Rotary International, as you know, has over 1.4 million Rotarians working dedicated to service across the world. Mr. Mehta, a chartered accountant by profession, he leads the Skyline Group engaged in real estate, but more importantly, he's known to be dedicated to service. His major service initiatives include just a few examples: homes for the tsunami survivors, shelter kits for disaster victims across India, healing little hearts. He has done over 4,000 heart surgeries for children. Very, very well known for designing and scaling up Rotary India Literacy Mission, which is signing the MOU today. He's the founder of Rotary India Literacy Mission, and its speech program is now the largest literacy program in the Rotary world. So to introduce Mr. Shekhar Mehta, sir, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. It's indeed a matter of pleasure and a privilege for me to be present with all of you on a very, very special occasion. Signing off the MOU between First in Class and Rotary India Literacy Mission, both organizations who are committed to ensuring better education and total literacy in India. I'm so happy to see that my dear friend, Mr. Vivek Tankha, Rajya Sabha MP, is here. And the head of ITV, Kartikeya Sharma, the head of Rotary India Literacy Mission, Kamal Sanghvi, and members from the board of directors, Mr. A.S. Venkatesh and Mahesh Kotbagi, and other host of people who are committed to the cause of literacy are present here. Rotary, under its program called TEACH, which is an acronym for teacher training, e-learning, adult literacy, child development, and happy school, has been having a holistic program towards total literacy and quality education in India. The E component of the TEACH, TE, E is for e-learning, and Rotary has now been working on e-learning for more than 10 years with huge success. We've reached out to thousands of schools across India, providing world-class audiovisual content to children, which is one of the best ways to remove the digital divide between the urban and the rural India. So the child in the urban India gets some of the best teachers, they get some of the best education, but it's not the same thing in, let's say, 100, 150 kilometers away from there. And we are aware, while some brilliant students come out from the rural areas, but sorry, it's often seen that some of the best teachers are probably not available there. The audiovisual content, which is going to be the same, whether a rural child is seeing it or an urban child is seeing it, is going to have a huge impact. Not only providing it in schools, but we had also, at the behest of the Prime Minister of India, provided it to the national television grid itself, where the entire content based on the curriculum of the Government of India, I mean NCERT, we developed the content from grade 1 to grade 10. And the content has already been given, so much content that if it were to be like a soap serial, running for 5 days a week for half an hour, we've given them content worth 10 years. 2,500 plus episodes have been given to the government, which is getting beamed through the various PME Vidya channels. And now a new initiative with another organization, First in Class, which believes in providing education even in an advanced manner, not only through audiovisual content, but lifelong learning, holding the hands of people, especially a vulnerable group. This is the group of children of the martyrs. This is our way of saluting those martyrs in the 75th year of our independence. While there is no way for us to fulfill the debt that we have upon us, because they gave their lives for our lives so that our lives could be saved, I don't think there is any sacrifice or any work that we may do will be good enough to repay that debt. But this is our small effort in trying to say a big thank you, paying a tribute to them for what they have done, where we will be supporting their children in providing not only live education, not only online education, but even live courses. And this is going to last for many years for each of them. The intention is to reach out to 100,000 such children. I compliment First in Class for bringing out this concept and Rotary for joining it. It's indeed a matter of great pride that such a project has been taken up. I'm happy that the MOU is getting signed today, and I wish the project all the very best to all the people who are involved with it. Thank you, Bishwajit, for all the efforts that you have put, and everybody else. I know I can see so many people here who are really passionate about Rotary and about literacy, who are present here on behalf of Rotary and, of course, on behalf of First in Class. I wish this partnership all the very best. Thank you. Namaste.
Shekharji, many, many thanks for gracing us on this occasion and for your visionary leadership. You are a true international citizen and a great servant of humanity. And your work itself over many, many decades deserves equal respect and recognition. And the human leadership that you offered to Rotarians, not only in India, but right across the globe. With that, I have the pleasure of inviting into this telecast for his opening address, Kamal Sanghvi ji, he is the chairman of the Rotary India Literacy Mission. He is a graduate of the Kasturba Medical College in Manipal with a degree in pharmaceutical sciences and is a managing director of a family-owned banking, financing and construction conglomerate. Sanghvi ji joined Rotary in 1991 and he served as RI and a training leader at that time. He's also been involved in 28 vocational training centers for women and coordinated 11 polio corrective surgery camps that have treated thousands of patients. He says that one of his proudest achievements was leading a Rotary initiative that helped 200 Pakistani children get heart surgeries in India. Kamal Sanghvi ji, thank you for your service. And if you could please address our gathering.
Thank you, Rishabh. We are indeed fortunate to have Kartikeya Sharma, Vivek Tankhaji, and of course our world leader Shekhar and the two directors of Rotary International. You know, Rishabh, coronavirus has radically transformed the world in a matter of months. Schools and businesses have moved in new ways of working, making the pandemic as a life-changing as it is unprecedented. It makes me wonder about the future of education and the sheer scale of impact the coronavirus has had on the education sector. Online schooling has given us a glimpse of how education could change in the coming years. Technology is an integral part of new reality, upending current practices, models, and processes. Digitalization of education was already underway before the pandemic. But the crisis has absolutely accelerated the transformation. Perhaps education is the only sector which holds the maximum potential for such a transformation. In India, teachers were used to traditional classroom methods, have had to shift rapidly to tech-led holistic solutions, which were earlier part of the long-term plan, especially even at RILM and the world over. But the COVID has made it much more transformational. Having said that, teachers, students needed to adapt successfully to the technological solutions, and these challenges need to be addressed. And when challenges need to be addressed, RILM is always there. And we never say that you cannot do something. Or at Rotary, we never say that. Or that something seems impossible, or that something cannot be done, no matter how discouraging or harrowing it may be. We are only limited by what we allow ourselves to be limited, by our own minds. We are each the masters of our own reality. When we become self-aware of this, absolutely anything in the world is possible. And this is what First in Class, led by the founder Kartikeya Sharma, and of course our advisor for both the organizations, the Member of Parliament Vivek Tankhaji, and this partnership has proven that if we attack our challenges with determination, we will definitely succeed. During these long days of isolation, social isolation, most of us have found new ways to connect, spread hope and kindness, and lift spirit of those who are alone in our neighborhoods and communities. Remember that you're not alone. You are stronger than you realize. And in this pandemic, this digitalization has brought everyone so close that while sitting at our offices and homes, we are witnessing partnerships of two greatest organizations who complement each other, and using their cumulative expertise, strength and reach are spreading kindness in the world. And what are we going to do? Like Shekhar said, President Shekhar said, First in Class and RILM is jointly going to support students to complete secondary school with relevant life skills to succeed in schools beyond, through its educational program in which it offers free educational kits. Those are tablets preloaded with educational content to be provided through pre-installed applications, First in Class app. The overall goal of this education, as again President Shekhar said, is to educate 1 lakh children of the martyrs of the armed force, paramilitary forces, police, and children, and also those children whose parents have lost their lives due to COVID, terrorism, floods, accidents, and of course, students of the economical weaker section. As per the new educational policy, the focus is on integral vocational education too, into the mainstream curriculum into the school. The government is keen to promote digital learning as well. In this context, RLM has an MOU with NCERT to provide e-learning content, curriculum for the NCERT, TV and Diksha, etc. And RILM delivered all NCERT syllabus class contents for class 1 to 10 for mainstream content in 2020-21. Now, in the new year 2022-23, in line with the government's priority in vocational training, first in class, in collaboration with RILM, would create content for vocational education for higher classes, which would be of immense help to students wanting to pursue vocational education in remote locations by encouraging technology. This is also for a dearth of good quality vocational education e-learning content in the country. RILM and the first class fills up this void, and we are going to build this software and the app, which is going to be a bring transformational change in the country for the students and for the young adults. So today's meeting and today's MOU is all about what Mother Teresa said. I can do something which you cannot. You can do something which I cannot. But together, RILM and ITV, together, we will be able to do great things. My congratulations, my commendations, and my deep gratitude to the ITV group led by Kartikeya Sharma, and of course the advisor, the Member of Parliament, Vivek Tankha. Let's do it and change the world.
Kamal Sanghvi, appreciate your thoughts, your wisdom, and your leadership of the Rotary India Literacy Mission, which for many people watching this broadcast has been one of the largest educational missions involved in many programs from e-learning to adult literacy in the history of the world. With that, let me invite a director of Rotary International, Anantanarayanan S. Venkatesh ji, who is an engineering degree holder from IIT Madras and had done his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. He currently heads a large construction firm with more than 1,500 employees. He served in various capacities in Rotary, including at the International Assembly Training Leader, Rotary Coordinator, and Lead Trainer of Rotary Coordinators at the Regional Leaders Training Institute. Venkatesh ji, over to you.
Mehta, Shri Kartikeya Sharma ji, Shri Vivek Tankha ji, and other friends from Rotary and friends of Rotary, good evening. It's indeed a great occasion today, an important day in the annals of our mission to eradicate illiteracy in our country. More importantly, I want to just stress on a couple of points that this MOU is going to address, which is the need for vocational training to improve economic development. Rotary is one of Rotary's missions has always been world peace, and contrary to popular belief, peace is not just about absence of war. Peace is also about every family knowing where the next meal is going to come from, how they're going to live in a dignified fashion. And providing vocational training is one of the ways to ensure that everybody has an opportunity and the ability to earn a dignified living, which will in turn ensure peace in every family, every household. So this attempt at improving the employability through vocational training in sync with the new education policy of the Government of India is a great initiative, and I think this will make a huge difference. One of the things that's been said in recent times, particularly post-COVID, where several people found themselves jobless because their jobs had become irrelevant or redundant. One of the things that's often said nowadays is that a job, an 18-year-old boy or a girl will be doing 10 years from now does not even exist today. The nature of the job that they would be doing 8 to 10 years from now does not exist, which means there are going to be new sets of skill sets that would be required to be employed in the days to come. And this kind of vocational training and life skills training is something that will ensure that they are nimble enough to be able to adapt to the new needs of the coming years. So this is in more than one way. a very, very important development, a significant MOU, and that's going to change the way India is in the years to come. My congratulations to everyone, in particular our head of RILM, Kamalji, and of course, Mr. Kartikeya Sharma. As all of us know, this entire initiative of Rotary's efforts at literacy in India has been our present President Shekhar's dream. And I'm sure he must be really happy to see the kind of strides this RILM is making and the way the steps that literacy in India is taking. Congrats to everybody involved, and I think this is a game changer in the field of vocational excellence and training, digital training. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, for your thoughts, sir. Anantanayan Venkatesh there, Rotary International Director. With that, let me invite from first in class, Kartikeya Sharma ji, to present his vision statement. Kartikeya ji, over to you.
Those of you watching this broadcast, it's been 75 years since an ancient land became a country free to rededicate itself to its people. As India celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we see 1.4 billion of us being unleashed as a force of progress, development, and good of humanity. In thousands of years of human history, there have never been, and most likely will never again be, these many young people in one place at one time. Progress is not a straight line, nor can it be taken for granted. India was the land of great education. Kautilya was already tutoring a young Chandragupta Maurya in the ancient university city of Takshila, even as Alexander was marching towards Porus. Nalanda predated Oxford and Cambridge by 1,000 years. Our land has created knowledge and enlightenment from Aryabhatta to APJ Abdul Kalam. If we are to unleash India on a new march of progress, we have to empower and unleash Indians. Education is the fulcrum of modern skills needed to build a world we cannot even imagine yet. Technology has changed the way we can deliver these skills. Now it is up to us to ensure that we reach the Antyodaya, every last person. It is with this mission, dedicated during the time of our 75th year of independence, that we have gathered today to launch a campaign that will seek to bring the best of holistic education, using the best of teacher-driven learning, teamed up with the best of technology to India's masses. It is right and just that our first salute and Shraddhanjali should be to those who have given their lives to keep us free. The martyrs of our armed and police forces, their children, 1 lakh of whom will now receive the PCs, tablets, 1 lakh of whom education will be sponsored through this initiative. Nothing we can do for those you made the supreme sacrifice for all of us can be considered enough, but we can ensure that the next generation is empowered with the tools they need to better their lives. It's our pleasure to have with us as partners the vibrant and selfless community of Rotarians and their visionary current Rotary International President, Shekhar Mehta ji. The Rotary India Literacy Mission has created a vast treasure trove of educational assets deployed for the nation, as well as the largest adult literacy mission in the history of the world. The selfless work they do across India and the world cannot be recognized or praised enough. We all owe a deep thanks to Shekhar ji, Kamal Singhvi ji, Vivek Tankha ji, Dr. Mahesh Kodbage ji, A.S. Venkatesh ji, Biswajit Ghosh ji, who are with us here today, and to the millions of Rotarians who raise funds, deploy skills, and do lasting humanitarian and development work. We hope, gentlemen, that with our meeting of minds, skills, hearts, hopes, we will make this historic campaign as big a success as the many notable campaigns Rotary has done all over the world. As a country, we have recognized the importance of reform in our educational approaches. We have a new education policy that has fundamentally modernized our approach. there is a palpable new purpose and energy injected into our NCERT, CBSE, and state board systems. India's educators and policymakers are taking the right steps. The vision of our Prime Minister in this regard has to be appreciated. From the state to the center, dramatic change and growth and revision is in progress. First in Class believes that we need to provide quality education at a price point affordable to all Indians and all regions. Thousands of hours of audio visual content with built-in interactive modules and assessment decks of parents and teachers have been created. The coursework is structured and curated by some of the best educators in the country in line with the CBSE and NCERT curriculum. Crucially, it is being offered in Hindi, English, and many regional languages to ensure inclusivity and mother tongue learning. All of this is the fruit of years of research and hard graft to create content using the latest pedagogy techniques to ensure students benefit from holistic learning. I would like to take this opportunity to thank from the bottom of my heart Shri Vivek Tankha ji, Shri Kamal Singhvi ji, the chairman of the Rotary India Literacy Mission, who has helped make this program a reality. My congratulations to Aishwarya Sharma and the vibrant, energetic team of creating a truly first-in-class platform that harnesses the best of technology and pedagogy. The effort is grand, the production is world-class, the mission is clear, the goal is visionary, and the achievement will be when the children of these martyrs and their families, empowered through this, become the change makers and leaders of tomorrow. Many thanks again to the Rotary team and Shekharji for his yeoman service. With that, it's my pleasure to be signing this MOU between Rotary India Literacy Mission and First in Class to provide 1 lakh martyrs families with tablets, sponsors needy families, economically backward, and people who've been affected with the corona and the families of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kartiki ji. Thank you very much, Kartiki ji. Then for people who are joining us from right across the world and of course watching this live broadcast right across this country, across 11 news channels, here is an introduction of when we say what is going to be provided, how is it going to be done. Here's a brief glimpse. Listen in.
Martyrs as well as those in need. That's just the first step. This partnership will then sponsor the education for these 100,000 students.
Two net opposing forces that work continuously among the constituent particles of the matter. These two opposing forces are responsible for the different forms of matter, and these forces are intermolecular forces and thermal energy.
Use of iron began in the Indian subcontinent around 3,000 years ago. Some of the largest collections of iron tools and weapons were found in the megalithic barriers.
The closest star to us is the Sun. Sun is a star made of extremely hot gases. It is the nearest of all stars in the universe.
Examples of non-profit organizations are clubs, society, schools, colleges, NGO, hospitals, libraries, religious institutions.
The queen ant is the mother of the entire population of the colony, and it lives for about 15 years. It does nothing but lay eggs. Soldier ants guard the eggs as they hatch into grubs. Worker ants feed and clean the grubs. They are also responsible for carrying them daily for sunshine, airing, and exercise.
We believe that every child needs and deserves an opportunity and the right to a quality education that is affordable to all Indians in all regions. The content has been carefully curated in line with CBSE NCRT curriculum from kindergarten to class 12.
ਬੱਚਿਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਆਬਜੈਕਟਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜੋ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਗਰਮ ਪਾਏ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਉਬਲਦੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਗਿਲਾਸ ਚਾਹ ਦਾ ਕੱਪ ਕੈਂਡਲ ਫਲੇਮ ਆਦਿ ਹਨ
Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. বায়োস্ফিয়ার বা জীবমণ্ডল পৃথিবীর সেই ক্ষেত্র যা গঠিত হয়েছে
ಹಿಂದಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಲಿ ಲಿಟ್ಮಸ್ ಆಮ್ಲೀಯ ದ್ರಾವಣದಿಂದ ಕೆಂಪು ಬಣ್ಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಂಪು ಲಿಟ್ಮಸ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಾಮ್ಲ ಪರಿಹಾರದಿಂದ ನೀಲಿ ಬಣ್ಣಕ್ಕೆ ಬದಲಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ವಿ.
आज आपण गुणाकाराबद्दल शिकणार आहोत आणि ते आवश्यक का आहेत. जर तुम्ही गुणणे म्हणजेच मल्टिप्लाय हा शब्द पाहिला तर तो गुणाकार या क्रियेशी संबंधित आहे.
உங்கள் வீட்டில் பல்வேறு விதமான துணிகள் இருப்பது பல்வேறு விதமாக அவை பயன்படுவதும் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் என்று நான் நினைக்கிறேன். இதற்கு முந்தைய காணொளியில் துணிகள் தொட்டு உணர்வதற்கும் பார்ப்பதற்கும் வித்தியாசமாக இருப்பதை நாம் தெரிந்து கொண்டோம்.
First in Class offers you over 10,000 hours of content. With an aim to see children through their youth, First in Class also offers special courses. The First in Class Parents Dashboard ensures you're a part of every milestone your child achieves.
First in Class provides worksheets for students for all classes, including multiple choice questions to prepare students for final exams, innovative learning techniques like online quizzes, speech improvement programs, phonetic-based learning for children, online writing skill workshops, live student-tutor interaction, and personalized learning programs.
Assessment banks to practical questions. First in Class has integrated the latest technology to create the best course material for your child. Our focus is to make presentations integrated with next generation software affordable for every household. Our aim is the same as yours. Each child must be first in class.
We at First in Class believe that in addition to school education, cultural learning, spirituality, linguistic training are essential for all-rounded development of children from an early age.
There are over 10,000 plus kinds of dinosaurs. Thus, it is an extremely diverse group of reptiles found on Earth.
This is not just an electronic effort. Live teaching will be provided to guide children through the coursework. Feedback and assessment systems will be inbuilt. And we believe every child needs and deserves an opportunity. So all the modules will be available at price points affordable to all Indians in all regions.
That was an introduction to First in Class, and you can see the depth of and the richness of the content that has been created and the interactivity that the platform is now going to offer, beginning with 100,000 families of India's martyrs, both from the armed and police forces. With that, let me take the opportunity to inviting eminent Rotarian and Member of Parliament and, of course, Senior Advocate Vivek Tankha ji, who's on the broadcast with us. Vivek ji, please. make your address.
Thanks, Rishabh. There's not much left for me to speak, but a few things that I would like to mention. When good people come together, when visionary people come together, the fruit that emerges is always good. I recollect 6 months back, Shekharji, Kamalji, myself, and Kartikeji, we were traveling together. And this concept of spreading literacy amongst the martyrs' children, orphans of the COVID period, children who have suffered, parents have suffered from insurgency. And idea was to make them first in class. The question is, empower these children to become so powerful in their lives through knowledge and ideas that they become good citizens and they help the country to grow. It was a very powerful idea, but you need powerful people to take forward powerful ideas because it was a challenge. And Shekhar, like any other time, is always willing to take up a challenge. And Kartikeya and Kamal are longing to come forward and take it forward. And the way this whole thing synchronized and crystallized, and with Bishwajit supporting from the rear, I knew it's going to happen. We had begun by going to Jammu and Madhya Pradesh and other states already and started distributing tabs to children of policemen who had died, of army personnel who had died, and COVID orphans. But then it needed a more organized effort. And this MOU is that. It's an organized effort to tell the world, to tell the Rotary world, to tell the corporate world that we are ready to educate 1 lakh deserving children. Shekhar, I can only say, and with Kamal and Venkateshji and all your friends who are here, that what all of you are doing with ITV network, that is Kartikeya's team, is something which this country is going to remember. It's a challenge worth taking. It's a challenge which nobody would have dared to undertake in this country, but ITV and Rotary together. You've come forward. That's the beginning. We are all going to be part of this pious effort. And I can see the excitement in Rishabh's voice when he's doing this program, that this is the new India, the face of new India that is going to emerge. The faceless will have a face. People who never imagined they could be empowered will be empowered. And look at the kind of people you're going to empower. This is what I want to see in New India, the unreached and the deprived getting empowered. And this is what all this program is about. Let me congratulate each one of you. You have a very big goal ahead. All of us need to work very hard towards it, whether it be vocational or educational. But when you will churn out these children into great citizens and good human beings and with prosperity around them, I think that is the biggest moment of satisfaction for all of us. Thank you. This is 75th year of our independence, and doing it at the right time, in the right way, in the right manner, as a clarion call for the nation. I think Rotary and ITV Network and Kartikeya and Shekharji and Venkateshji and the whole team of people supporting this program, Kamalji, with your RILM mission. I think it's a great thing, a great step forward. Let's do it together. We'll make it, I'm sure. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Vivekji, and for all of us who actually do know that all of these great collaborative programs, we owe you a debt of gratitude and thanks as well for putting us all together and aligning hopes and visions and hearts and minds, as you have done many times in the past, with all the work that you've done, both in Parliament, through Rotary, and in the larger public community, sir. With that, here is an important seminal moment, and I can't understate it because of the scale of what is being planned and now executed. Let me invite the Rotary India Literacy Mission Chairperson, Kamal Sangvi ji, and founder of First in Class, Kartikeya Sharma ji, to both virtually sign their memorandum of understanding at their location. So could we have them both on our screens, please, as they go through the process of the signatures. My many, many congratulations, Kamal ji and Kartikeya ji, and wishing you and the large teams, behind you all the very best with this and the future of what is to come. There you have it. Maybe we can zoom in and see, and we've got that. We've got the paper. Many, many congratulations. And I think we need to develop a system for a virtual round of applause, but it's much due. I think we do have with us Rotary International Director Kotbagi ji, who's now with us on the broadcast. Sir, I would be very, very grateful if you could take out some time, Mahesh ji, and also address us. There you have it on our screens. Many, many congratulations, Rotary India Literacy Mission and First in Class on the signing of their MOU. Mahesh ji, if I could request you now to address this broadcast.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think what a wonderful day. Once Kartikeya Sharma and Shekharji meet sometime in the airline and thinks about how e-learning education can come on higher and higher heights. I was wondering these chats were only for a flight or whether these chats were really going to get implemented. But both of them, and of course with Chairman Kamal and Biswajit, I think they tried to see that today's day has come into reality. Two aspects. One is getting e-learning facilities free of cost to Maltese children. What a great way to showcase our Indian philosophy, and most important is to become patriotic to the children whose parents, they defended our lives for so many years and kept this beautiful country so safe. Second, the way post-pandemic things were changing, I think the adaptivity of e-learning modality, not only e-learning, but even having the hybrid, I think that became one of the most necessary patterns. And linking that with the functional literacy, I think this is all a trio where e-learning to Maltese children and giving, advantage to the functional literacy, I think that is coming into reality. My special thanks to Kartikeya Sharma and entire team, and of course, completely backed up with Rotary India Literacy Mission. With these words, I give all my best compliments, and do let us know how we can work more and more and make this program effective and see that not a single child in this land is missed because of non-data availability or not reaching due to any technical hurdles. And I commit to that this program will take it to the highest end with the great achievement and success. Thank you so much.
Dr. Kotbagi, thank you very much. And as we conclude this pioneering ceremony, I can relate to you that the experience it has been over the past few months to get an in-depth understanding of the scale of the work that Rotary does here in India, and with the millions, literally millions of members right across the globe, the pride in having Shekhar Mehta ji as an Indian leading this eminent team all across the world. I follow him on social media, and he's currently in Brazil, and he has been having a very heavy travel schedule despite the pandemic, going from one country and to the other to take up some of these voluntary missions, which are in many cases the largest the country has ever seen, including, as we mentioned here, right here in India. The camps that have been done, the medical camps, the e-learning initiatives, and what a treat it has been to see literally in front of our eyes the creation of this first-in-class platform by Kartik ji and their team, with the amazing amount of work over the past 3 years in doing research, in creating the content, in the recording of the videos, in the graphical representation, in creating the platform, in creating the interactive nature, in creating the teaching backbone behind this. It has been a phenomenal effort, and all of you deserve our thanks. And the final thanks, of course, will be when these tablets with their software and teacher support are in the hands of these children from these martyrs' families and COVID warriors and EWS categories, and when they actually start benefiting. And we literally hope that months from now, we'll be looking back and looking and thinking that some history was created. It's been mentioned several times that hearts and minds, hopes, visions have merged here, and that speaks a lot about how we approach things in this country. So once again, many thanks to Shekhar ji, to Kartikeya ji, to Mahesh ji, to Venkat ji, to Vivek ji, to Bishwajit ji, and all of you for watching and helping make this truly a momentous thing. For those of us watching on television, we now take a break and we go back to our regional and national programming on our various channels. Thanks very much.